project kind of started as my like melancholic expression of like all the things I was dissatisfied with in my life, and it had kind of this like really like bitter quality that I think needed to be sanded down a little bit. It's meant that Skyscape has become this kind of bittersweet thing, right? The seed of bitterness is still kind of there somewhere, but it's kind of opened up into hope somehow.
I did a low cut, and then after the low cut, there's some like mud in the the snares, like 260-ish hertz region. So I dipped that, and then I kind of wanted to compensate to get a little more of like the crunch from the distortion back, and have some high end that doesn't really interfere with the cymbals too much, but looks like around 2K-ish.
For our process, this is kind of the first time I'd really co-produced something, certainly on this scale with someone before. Initially, I kind of just took the drum stems and did a rough mix in Ableton, bounced those stems, and then Katie and I met up a couple of times and brought those mix stems back into the main project. Katie's production style just has a lot of really nice layers, and I think that's what makes her sound distinct in the kind of shoegaze sound world, because there's that beautiful kind of wall of noise quality to the guitars, and we have live drums, we have live vocals, but also just we have an acid arpeggiating synth and like other vocal samples, and and strings. Like it just feels so like big in scope. One of us would kind of sit and listen while the other would be tweaking something, and then we kind of switch seats and go in and write another part, and it's just really fun to both have a second ear and a second person, coming up with stuff.
Michael is one of those people. I mean, I'm just so thankful to have met them, and they're just this incredible percussionist, right? I mean, that feels reductive, given their skill set, because they really have helped me to be able to finish projects in a way that I couldn't before, because you get decision paralysis, right? You just want to make the best thing you can possibly make, and every choice you make feels wrong, and having someone else there to be like, this is the change we need to make, and like, this is an amazing idea, and this idea kind of sucks. It's just really, it's incredible, right? And I mean, this is not anything new, right? I think every artist who's had a successful collaboration has had a similar kind of experience.
Drums in a important and sometimes like I almost want to say a dangerous way. Like, we really control the energy of songs, so we have to think about parts that emphasize the energy of different sections in the right way. And so I rely pretty heavily on like cymbal voicings to make that happen.
It's so emotional, and it's like this emotional sincerity that you try and channel through your instrument or through the computer to create something really incredible and to create another world that people can actually live in. Coelacanth started as honestly kind of a demo song, right? I wanted to demonstrate this piece of music software I made called Gaze, and it's very beautiful. I'm very proud of that project, even though in some ways it was less than I had wanted it to be, right? It kind of launched under these really tragic circumstances. And my friend in Seattle, Daniel Holter, he had made this piano instrument, and so I was kind of trying to marry these things together. There was this a cappella quartet called Sons of Serendipity, and they had kind of made this. I think one of them, this guy Micah, he had made this like choir instrument, and then eventually I realized that like I kind of had one chance to make the band happen if I really wanted to perform this music, or I would be stuck just, piddling around on my laptop forever. And so I'm really thankful that Michael showed up and just like took this project to the next level.
That was kind of my first time doing a performance video that more or less needed to sync up with music that, was separately being recorded. Which is interesting because we filmed the video before we had my studio session. So in a way, I just tried to play as consistently and a little bit more minimally in the video, and then I had to do that kind of to a higher standard in the studio session because I was playing the studio session to the video instead of the other way around. Pretty much just setting up some basic green screen cloths, clipped onto the rafters of my garage, and it was just this delightfully janky setup. I mean, it blew me away, and also Katie's like video process I found very intuitive, even though most of the specifics go way over my head.
And we were able to kind of drive the lighting based on the music, which was really cool. So we actually had like an FL Studio project running on a computer that was like generating MIDI that was being converted to DMX, and then the DMX was driving this array of these cheap lights in the ceiling of Michael's garage. I can't begin to understand what state you are in. I wish we had more time.
Fantastic leggings and the sneaker heels, like this gotta like have their moment. Like, what if you had like a pedal shot?
I like in the video the shot of Katie's feet on the pedals and the cool Explorer guitar. And
I just remember we had a shot set up where Peter was working at a desk in this facility, and just while we were filming a fly that happened to be in the garage just kind of flew by his face, just like swatting at it. And I wasn't sure if that was something that was going to need to be cut, if we were going to have to redo it. And Katie's just like, nope, that's perfect, we're leaving it in. And then to my shock, like when it was integrated into the background, the quality of green screen separation is like that fly was captured in the video with no artifacts or anything, and it like totally added to this kind of infernal place that these people are working at.
Yeah, just average.
well, it was a garage. It was not a space station. Katie did all of that stuff later. So yeah, that just made it that much more shocking when I saw the final result.
they're just looking for random people. Do you want to show up? And I was like, sure, that sounds fun. And then it was this like super legit setup with all this like real stuff.
I don't really remember it being that noteworthy. It kind of just looked like a garage of any number of places that I had lived in before.
I was so scared on the green screen because I guess I knew that I was gonna be acting with nothing, but I hadn't really processed what that meant. The best part, or the funnest part, where I like finally felt like I was like able to chill out a little bit was when I was doing that weird thing with the lever, because I got what I was doing in relation to the music, which is just hard with this kind of music video that's so chopped together. Like, you don't know what part of the song you're reacting to. But that was cool, and I think it turned out great.
I was in Skyscape Paradise for a few months while Katie and Michael were putting this song together. And on the recording, I contributed a cute little vocal harmony. All the computer animation stuff looked so sick and was like so, I don't know, it just feels so beyond anything I could like conceptualize, let alone like do, and Katie just like did it.
Katie's incredibly adept at basically mixing synthesized 3D visuals with video sampling.
I mean, I'm a bit of a ray tracing fanatic, and so I really, really like being able to do kind of image-based rendering, right? Because the goal is not to create something that looks tacky or like a video game. The goal is to make something that looks like a photograph.
Like the video was really surprising still, like impressiveness wise, but I like got the vibe. It's like it's I don't know, it's like a vaporwave Severance or something, which is really, really cool. It took me to the early 2000s and the 90s in a good way.
It's just really, really cool that you can do this kind of like optical compositing now, where you have a bunch of different video elements and you actually let the light from one element interact with the light in another, and it just glues everything together in this like downright like sensual way, right? I mean, I love making imagery, and I love seeing imagery that other people have made that just like, it makes your body feel something before your mind even has a chance to put it together. I think that is just so cool.
The plates did not exist when the film was happening, and that's a good example of an element of the video that I just have zero clue what that's supposed to be about. I mean, must have some meaning, right?
I feel so lucky that I just like knew a person who knew a person who's making like the most exciting project that I've ever been a part of, and it was like completely like I didn't do anything to be a part of it.
We played a show, and one of the other bands on our lineup mentioned wanting to live in and explore the skyscape paradise that we make music of, and I think that just sums it up.
I don't remember what's the song called again?
Coelacanth?
Oh yeah, what does that mean?
It's some sort of animal, I don't know.
Coelacanth.
Coelacanth.
Coelacanth.